and the other end of it then is the bog, which is the bog side. So it's like a perfect island. So when they moved in there in 1607, they made a stance. But a chieftain from Donegal called Cahir O'Doherty came in and drove them out. He burnt them out of the place. By 1613, they came back with the money from the London merchant families and pumped money into it. They built a fortress which has been impregnable, and it's called the Maiden City. It's never been broken. And you go forward then, because the walls in some places are 30 foot thick. All right, it's a huge structure. It cost £10,000 sterling in 1613. From 1613 to 1618, they built the walls around Derry, and then they renamed it Londonderry. All right, so Londonderry became very important later in history. What happened then was, in 1688, there was a challenge for the throne of England. Remember, the throne of England is very important. The rightful heir to the throne was the Catholic King James. And he was opposed by his son-in-law, William of Orange. He was married to his daughter, Mary. So they kicked him off the throne. He wasn't too pleased. So he decided he's going to take back his throne. And where he started was in Derry. So he arrived at the walls in Derry in 1688 to take back his throne, starting there. He bombarded the city for 105 days without getting in. The longest siege in British military history took place. But it's all stemming from here. All stemming from here. So he didn't get in. 2 years later, the big battle took place, called the Battle of the Boyne.
Yes.
All right? Now, who would have supported James? The native clans. The native Catholic clans would have supported James, because there'd be more of an advantage to have a Catholic king on the throne of England than a Protestant king. Who would have supported William of Orange? Who would have supported William of Orange?
The British.
Was the Scots, Presbyterians and English Protestants
Of course.
who had settled in Northern Ireland. They would have favoured him. But nevertheless, the Battle of the Boyne took place. James was defeated. He was gone to France and the first shot was fired, leaving the native Irish to slug it out.
Didn't work well.
You all right?
Yeah,
You
okay.
want to get back in the coach?
Oh, God, no.
So 1690, that battle took place. Skirmishes continued for another 12 months after that, until it finally finished at the Siege of Limerick in 1691.
And they slaughtered the Irish.
And that was changed the whole lot of the history of Northern Ireland. Follow me? So it's ingrained from this period. When people talk about Northern Ireland and the troubles of Northern Ireland, I'll give you a sample of that one of the days. We're not going to go into too much depth.
Brian.
We only have a few days together.
Brian, did they ever capture the forts?
Pardon me?
Did they ever capture the forts?
No, the fort wasn't captured.
But was the intent to capture the forts and have the Spanish fleet sail into Kinsale Harbor?
Correct. The Spanish were coming in by ship.
Oh, so there were no Spanish on land
No.
to join with the
The
Irish?
native Irish came south from the northern part of Ireland, and they came in from the land here,
Ah,
right?
okay.
But in actual fact, it failed for two reasons. Communication. Didn't have any cell phones.
Yeah, yeah.
The weather was bad. And also, they marched into the battlefield through a bog. Sweet
bog,
Jesus.
a bog.
If you're walking with no arms even through a bog, you're going to be exhausted before you even start fighting.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay, that just gives you a little sample
Yeah.
of it. But when people talk about Northern Ireland and the troubles in 1968 onwards,
I wonder if the
civil
forts
rights
were-
movement, all that all stems back
Probably.
to 1601. Right there. Just a little insight into it.